Good day. My name is Ron Fennell. It's my privilege to be the chairman of Team Georgia, our Safe and Sober Driving Coalition. Today we're here with our great partners to extend a warm welcome on our 26th anniversary of a Safe Holiday campaign launch. Our mission for the last 30 years has been to create and implement public education and awareness programs to encourage all Georgians to use alcohol responsibly, while both on our roadways and on our waterways. And we recently expanded Team Georgia's mission and messaging to include campaigning against other forms of impaired driving in addition to alcohol, such as distracted driving. As you know, the legislature recently passed the Hands-Free Georgia Act, and so Team Georgia, advocating such things for many years, participates in helping to involve ourselves in public education along the message of fighting against impaired driving, including a new message against distracted driving. Team Georgia's major programming includes our designated driver booths. Many of you have seen those in venues all through the years. We've operated at the Georgia Dome, sadly gone, Phillips Arena, sadly gone, Turner Field, sadly gone. Things are changing around here. If you don't miss anything, you'll just totally be lost. Even the exits change sometimes. But we've been in Infinity Energy Arena in Gwinnett County of late, the Georgia State University Stadium, and the new Kennesaw State University program at Fifth Third Bank Stadium has been embracing the Team Georgia involvement, and we appreciate their allowing us to be in their facility imparting a safe driver message. We have, through these venues over the years, been able to help over 560,000 people sign up for our designated driver program and say that, hey, I will take responsibility being the designated driver in my group. That means over 500,000 persons have stepped forward and put their signature on a piece of paper and become responsible for helping get an entire carload of people home. It's a prideful moment for our organization. We appreciate we exceeded 500,000 people in that regard. We also hold public education programs like this event today that come at the perfect time of year. As you know, we do safe holiday programs around this holiday and St. Patrick's Day, which is a major celebration that involves the nexus of people gathering, driving to venues like restaurants with alcohol involved. So we want to make sure that public education component. But it's important during the holiday season, between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So many people are on the road, moving between venues, including restaurants, establishments that do serve alcohol, and we wanted to make sure that every year we continue to remind people how important it is to be safe during this holiday season and responsible with the use of alcohol and automobiles. This morning, we'll focus our attention on the holiday spirit in a safe and responsible manner through our 2018 Safe Holiday campaign. We have a brochure that we put in every restaurant that wants it to share that message to guests, and they are able to tell the story. Some restaurants participate in partnership more aggressively than others, but the idea is to utilize our partnership with those friends in the Restaurant Association members to tell the story to their patrons. Team Georgia, with the support of actions of the Georgia public safety officials from the Georgia Governor's Office of Highway Safety, the Georgia State Patrol, Georgia DOT, and others, work to unite businesses, individuals, and public safety community members and our hospitality community to foster safety and sobriety on our roads. We do this by putting the protection of employees, patrons, and guests first during this holiday season. This year, a little statistic for you, this year Atlanta area bars and restaurants will again participate in the Safe Holiday campaign program by using the Free Ride Home program. This program was created by one of our board members many years ago, Rick Hewitt of Checker Cab here in Atlanta, and he's been providing a safe and free ride home during the holidays through 30 years, Rick, you've been doing it? 33 years, an outstanding program, and it's the right price. The generosity of one company can lead the way, and they have for 33 years. It inspired us in Team Georgia to continue to tell the story through this holiday season. And a lot of lives have been saved, but you never know what's been saved. You only hear about the ones that have been lost. So thank you for that commitment over the years, and thank you for letting us continue to tell the story. What a great program. And if you want to get a cab ride home for free during the holidays, 404-351-1111. It's free. Did I say it was free? It's free. You can also join with our other partners. AAA has partnered with Budweiser through the years in a program they call Tow to Go. And 1-800-AAA-HELP allows the program to be accessed, and they'll tow you and your drunk car home for free. That's a beautiful program. Your car gets drunk too, apparently. I didn't know that. Or you could choose to use the Safe Driver app that Team Georgia developed with the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. And it's easy to find, Drive Sober Georgia. If you don't have it downloaded on your phone, please take time to do so. It gives you some tips, some tools, and access to ways someone could be properly accessing those safety tips. Additionally, many of our area bars and restaurants will call a local driving service for their patrons when requested. They do that as a public service, but they want you as a patron to come back again another day, not be scraped off the highway somewhere in the meanwhile. Team Georgia Safe Holiday Campaign continues to offer a consistent message that supports the concept of celebration while underscoring the need for responsibility. As I mentioned earlier, Team Georgia enjoys a strong relationship with several of our key partners. One of these key relationships we at Team Georgia are proud to embrace is with the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Today I'm pleased to introduce, standing in for the director, is Robert Heydrich. He is the Communications Manager for the agency, and Robert will provide us with some timely remarks and updates on the fight against impaired driving in Georgia. Robert?
Thank you, Ron. On behalf of Director Harris Blackwood, Director of the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, I want to say thank you everyone for coming out. I want to thank the public for hosting us, and I want to thank everyone at Team Georgia for all that you do to save lives on our roadways by keeping drunk drivers off the road. If you want to know how you stop drunk driving crashes and deaths, well, it's by people making the decision not to get behind the wheel when they've been drinking and driving. Director Blackwood sends his apologies for not being able to be here today, but he is representing Governor Deal at the funeral for the DeKalb County Police Officer Edgar Flores, and we join everyone in sending our condolences to Officer Flores' family and to the men and women of the DeKalb County Police Department, who we're proud to say are one of our partners in highway safety efforts here in Georgia. This is the holiday season. It's a great time, a time where people are giving presents, giving gifts, celebrating their faith, and ringing in a new year. But for some families, it's not going to be a happy holiday because they're going to lose family members, relatives, loved ones, good friends, in crashes caused by a drunk driver. Last year in Georgia, 24 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes in the month of December. 1 out of every 4 traffic deaths in this state on a yearly basis, alcohol-related. As for the country, between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, on the nation, on average, for the last 5 years, we've had approximately 300 people die in alcohol-related traffic crashes in 7 days. These crashes can be prevented by one simple thing: plan. Plan ahead. I'm going to steal from my director, from what he says, and it is so true. When the holidays are here, we're planning. We're planning everything. We're going to plan where we're going to have our meals. We're going to plan what we're going to wear, what we're going to bring. Well, if alcohol is part of your plan, then you need to plan ahead for a sober ride to home or wherever you're going. You have too many options: designated drivers, ride services, friends. And if you know of a friend that's going to go in and go out and celebrate with alcohol, look and work with them. Make sure that they know that you're available to bring them home. Check with them. See if they need a ride home. working together. It's Team Georgia, and that's the way it should be in the community, a team effort to make sure that everyone gets home safely. The sad thing is that for those who don't plan ahead, if you are arrested for DUI and convicted of DUI, you're looking at $10,000 in court fines, fees, legal bills, higher insurance premiums, and many people will probably lose their job. It's just not worth it. And the worst thing that can happen is you cause a crash that can injure yourself or kill yourself or someone in your vehicle or someone else on the road. There are just too many things that can happen that are bad that should motivate everyone to do the responsible thing during the holidays and all during the year, and that is when you're going to drink alcohol, make sure you don't get behind the wheel of a car if you're legally too impaired to drive. You do have options. And as I said, during this season and all during the year, law enforcement agencies around the state, local and state, with our partners with the Georgia State Patrol, they're on the roads looking to prevent crashes, looking to save lives. And they have zero tolerance for any impaired driver they find on the road. And I am proud to introduce now Sergeant First Class Stephanie Stallings with the Georgia State Patrol. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you so much for allowing us to partner again with you on this very, very important campaign. I'm going to reiterate some of the things that Robert mentioned. Unfortunately, Georgia sees too many impaired driving related crashes, especially during these holiday seasons. As drivers hit the road for the holidays, we want them to know that the Georgia State Patrol, along with all other law enforcement agencies in the state, will be out in full force. We'll be especially looking for impaired drivers. If you are out and you decide to drive impaired, we will find you. One of the most common phrases that we've heard our entire lives is "don't drink and drive." And while that is one of the most important phrases we've ever heard, one of the things that we want to emphasize is don't be an impaired driver. So what does that mean? Anything that you can put inside you that can keep you from safely operating a vehicle makes you an impaired driver. So that means alcohol, prescription, non-prescription drugs, legal and illegal. Any of those things can make you an impaired driver, and we want to make sure that you're not doing that. As holiday parties at the house and our places of business have started, we want to make sure that you plan ahead before these festivities start to ensure that you get home safely to your loved ones. A lot of the people that we arrest often say, "I was just trying to get home." It's one of the things that we hear all too many times. During the 2017 Christmas holidays, a very short holiday period, there were 15 lives lost in the state of Georgia. There were 192 people arrested alone for impaired driving just by the Georgia State Patrol. That doesn't count all the other agencies who are out working in full force. Our goal is to always reduce those numbers. As such, we will be holding road checks, conducting saturated patrols, and concentrating on detecting impaired and dangerous drivers. What we want is for you to not be a statistic during this holiday season. We want you to celebrate and be joyful, but be safe while you're on our roads. Get a ride every time. I'm going to say that one more time just so everyone's clear. Get a ride every time. Happy holidays from the Georgia State Patrol.
Thank you very much. You know, during those checks, both local and state government officials through the police organizations, you know, they do those checks, and some people on a random draw can win a 5-star accommodation. They have overnight accommodation for folks at the Gray Bar Hotel, and they're happy to oblige when people aren't participating as safe operators on the roadways. They'd much rather do that than happen on a scene where they have to call an ambulance or a morgue to deal with the consequences. So we really encourage you to help the police organizations, local, state, and others who are patrolling the roadways trying to encourage safe behavior, but also the behavior that we can encourage. I do note that the zero tolerance policy that Robert mentioned is available in information at your local restaurants and on the website, both for the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, but Team Georgia as well. And the Hands-Free Georgia law, we actually have devised a brochure that helps the public understand the basic tenets of the new law, and it is also the law is incorporated in our Team Georgia Safe Holiday campaign. brochures. So please take advantage of that to help share with your family and friends during this holiday season. In addition to our partnership with these law enforcement agencies, and we have many local law enforcement agencies who are our heroes. They have DUI task force, and they spend a lot of time helping to keep our roadways free of drunk drivers and educating drivers. Please celebrate those folks at the local level if you can. Our next speaker brings a great deal of experience in the field of highway safety. As the Director of Operations of the Georgia DOT, John Hibbard will update us on the Georgia DOT statewide safety campaign, and please welcome John Hibbard as he joins us.
Thank you and good morning. On behalf of Georgia DOT, we wish everybody happy holidays, but certainly safe holidays. And recognizing all that, at this time of the year, we know that all of us as motorists can count on increased traffic on the roads, which oftentimes can result in additional stress. Please, we ask your patience, but at the same time, and you've heard it from the other speakers here this morning, plan ahead for a safe travel experience. Always plan to drive alert, never distracted, never impaired. Plan ahead and know before you go. For up-to-date information about travel conditions on Georgia highways, call 511, it's a free call. Or visit 511ga.org before you begin your trip to learn of any incidents or other activities that might impact your travels. 511 is a free service that provides real-time statewide information on Georgia's interstates and state routes, including traffic conditions, incidents, lane closures, and any other delays due to inclement weather. This service is available to everybody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As well, as part of 511, you can always transfer to a live operator to request hero assistance in Metro Atlanta or champ assistance on interstates throughout the rest of Georgia. Unfortunately, there's usually an uptick in drunk driving during the holiday season. You've heard comments about that already this morning. If you plan to drink, please designate a sober driver in advance or arrange for a ride. And you've heard of different ways that that can be made easy for you to do. Drivers should always drive completely alert and hands-free. It's Georgia law. Especially at this time of the year, remember to be extra cautious. Slow down, drive alert. Put down the cell phone and make sure you and your passengers buckle up. It's great to use various apps to help you plan and route your way, but remember, unless you can do so hands-free, you must limit your interaction with those apps to before you get on the road. Drive defensively. Look for unusual driver behavior in others that may indicate distracted or impaired driving. We wish everybody a happy, but especially a safe holiday season this year. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you to the Georgia DOT for providing very relevant, current, and up-to-date information to help you navigate the roadways. I know speeding used to be a problem on Metro Hunter. I don't think we have that problem. I came in around the perimeter and down 400 today. I don't think we have that problem. Is it? It wasn't for me today. We were off at a snail's pace and stayed there all the time. While we're here, I want to thank the Public Kitchen and Bar for hosting us today, a great restaurant here in Buckhead. We appreciate their willingness as part of the Georgia Restaurant Association program for imparting our message. So thank them and the team for being kind and hosting and supporting us. Their commitment to safe holiday program and the Atlanta restaurant community should be applauded and cascaded throughout the public. And we want to also especially thank our program sponsors and our partners. Without their financial support and assistance, we would not be able to perform this life-saving work we do every year at this holiday season. Garrett Townsend, AAA Auto Club South, we appreciate their long-standing support. The Budweiser Good Sport and AAA Tow to Go program. Alan Vigil of Alan Vigil Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury. I guess Mercury's gone, it's sad. In Morrow, see, I'm accustomed to saying Alan would be proud, but Rick Hewitt of Checker Cab Company, a longtime partner, sponsor, and a stalwart even before Team Georgia's partnership. He has done the yeoman's work of helping make the holidays safer with his program of free ride home. Thank you again, Rick. The local Atlanta Ford dealers. There's a new sponsor in our organization, locumtenens.com, a medical industry job board with full-service healthcare staffing agency, is helping to impart the message through their organization. And I appreciate the Atlanta media that consistently provides the outlet that we have for delivering our safe holiday message to the general public. Remember, there are 4 ways to be safe during this holiday season. Select a designated driver. Make sure your friends and family arrive to their destination safely. Pass the keys if you feel impaired or if someone else is impaired and you can help coax them to do so. You can always call Checker Cab or the AAA programs for the free ride home, and use our safe driving GOHS Drive Sober app to access the services that are contained within the suite of services available to anyone who needs a safe ride home. I also want to acknowledge some of my board members who are here. This is a 30-year-old organization. I'm very proud to be a part of it. We have Bob Wilson, now retired from the National Safety Council. He is our secretary, our treasurer. We appreciate his financial stewardship of our limited resources. Again, we're a volunteer organization, but we rely on donations and partnerships to pay for these programs. Betty Ann Cooks recently retired from Chattahoochee Tech, but she is she's going to be focusing on more time for her family, which is appropriate now that she's had her full work career, and I appreciate her taking time to be here. Obviously, Rick Hewitt, AAA, is a great partner, but I have always looked out to Checker Cab as the model for how a local company involves itself in the community to show its caring, its concern, and its donation of time, energy, and resources to a cause. They have done so for 35 years, and I appreciate the friendship and the partnership that Rick Hewitt and Checker Cab have always done. And Bob Cucci spent many years with Ford Motor Company, still a great partner as they are thanks to his ongoing involvement, but he has been our executive director, helped shepherding what we do and wrangling the limited resources we do get. I want to thank them for their tenacity for being partners in our board for a number of years, and I thank them for that and their ongoing commitment. Team Georgia is proud to have been a part of the Georgia community selling our story of safe and sober spirit. We want everybody to have a fun time, whether they consume alcohol or not, but we want them to arrive to their destination and back to their families safely. So we encourage everybody during this wonderful holiday season, as busy and frenetic as it is, to have a safe and happy holiday season. Thank you for being a part of our program.